All right, welcome back to the Rizz Show. Got some guests in the studio. Big Jay Oakerson's here.
Yes, sir.
Good morning. And John?
Yeah, me. I'm here too. Johnny Carden.
John's here. Big Jay is here. Welcome to the studio.
Thanks for having me. Would you believe this? On the off chance that there would be a place here, I packed so much scrap metal in my bag.
Dude, I know a place.
Shut up.
I know a place.
In lieu of bringing merch on the road, I just bring scrap metal and hope to God there's a place.
Dude, mention the Rizz Show and get more cash for your scrap.
More cash. Oh, man.
Well,
terrestrial radio rules.
Well, listen, I'm sorry. Everybody can't be on Sirius XM.
No, this is bad. As I'm looking up here at the Point Fest concert, like, you guys will be such a part of that. Sirius XM just blocks us out of being a part of anything.
Yeah.
We have to fight like everybody else to get those 8 Red Hot Chili Peppers tickets at the Apollo.
I worked for Sirius back in 2000, 2001, the Octane channel. So you guys go up to the building right
49th
across
and
the street
6th,
from Radio City?
Yep. Yeah.
Man, I remember walking into that place.
Building.
I remember walking to that place for the first time. The satellites had just been launched.
Yeah.
And you walk in there, and it looks like you're walking into NASA.
Yeah.
Like all these big glass studios. And at that time, when you walk in the lobby, they had these big video cubes showing the positions of where the satellites were.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It was pretty awesome. And we were broadcasting to nobody at that point.
Now they divide and conquer by they have a big screen of all the shows. And if you're an important show, you get all 12 screens or just your thing.
Yeah.
Or you get a 1 in 12 little block. And it was funny when we were on the Comedy Central radio with Nikki Glazer came in about a year after us, and immediately had a full 12 panel thing, and we're like, and we didn't have anything, and they go, we'll get you guys a slide, and then we were one of the 12. Oh
well, hey,
which we still are, and I do believe Nikki Glazer, 3 years removed from Sirius XM, still's got a full screen one.
Yeah, she's Nikki Glazer.
Baby, come back.
And we're not.
That's the name of my new special.
She's Nikki Glazer,
and I'm not.
And we're not. Yeah, well, over at Sirius, I'm sure Howard has half the compound.
It's fun. Yeah, when you walk in the front door, you look right, and that's all Howard, and then off to the left is where the rest of us get to dwell.
all the peons. And he's not even there anymore. Is he even broadcasting from there anymore?
No, he's at home. But I think his team still has to go in.
Oh, yeah.
And stuff, yeah. But he came in for Bruce Springsteen, and, like, I think they had, like, wear hazmat suits or something.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, he's, like, broadcasting from his basement in the Hamptons.
Yeah.
It's better than any studio any of us have ever been in, I'm
Absolutely.
sure.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I would too, dude.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think those studios up there, they said they spent like $1 billion, and it was all state-of-the-art stuff.
Building his compound.
Oh, no, building the Sirius, that whole floor.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just at the time, it was just state-of-the-art stuff.
Yeah, now LA's got the good studios. They always had the crappy ones. It was like a dentist office, but now it's like, it looks like NASA, like a spaceship.
And New York's the garbage.
New York's the garbage.
Hey,
New York's the garbage.
St. Louis, look at us, man. We got the good studios. Look at us.
This is great.
We used to be in a closet with no windows, no sunlight. Our vitamin D levels were ridiculous.
Are these functioning cameras?
Yeah.
You guys are already ahead of the Sirius XM game. Don't worry.
Oh, yeah. On these cameras, like,
Do they work? Do they actually broadcast and they actually film things?
Oh, yeah, they move.
Then you guys, come on.
See,
you're talking
like
we're the kings here.
105.7 The Point. Watch out, Sirius XM. Start using your equipment.
You're talking now like the camera went to you automatically, zoomed in on your face.
Technology, man.
We're there, guys.
What's next? Space travel?
We are there. So we're talking about Sirius XM, and you do the Bonfire with Dan Soder, who is leaving.
He is leaving this week. This is last week coming up.
That's it.
And Robert Kelly's going to be coming in for him. Yeah, it's sad and it's also exciting. Exciting new adventure. And we'll see how it goes, man. I'm excited for it.
Was he just tired of doing radio stuff?
He's been doing radio since, radio is not his dream. Like, I'm a huge Howard Stern fan, and I'm into all that. So I really wanted to do radio. I'll do it forever. And he's been doing it since, like college. Like college radio and everything. And he just, like, is tired of going into a radio, so he wants to do something else.
Well,
so
he was the guy, with his voice, I'm sure people are like, man, you got the voice for radio.
I mean, he really does.
He does.
Yeah. Who's going to do all those impressions? I can't do good impressions. I do 3 impressions. Actually, I probably do about 12 impressions, but it's only 3 different voices. And then each voice is for a lot of people.
I just say, like, one word. Like, I do, like, one-word impressions.
Oh, yeah. Give us your Keanu Reeves.
Whoa.
That's good.
That's good, isn't it?
That is good.
It starts with
That
one.
is good. Yeah. So
It can only get worse from there.
Yeah, it starts with one.
That's a win.
I could do
Owen Wilson. Owen Wilson's wow.
Yeah, 3 letters.
Or I could do Jay Leno. Hi, I'm Jay Leno. And that's it.
Jay Leno, I would just go,
Hey,
Hey, you hear this?
yeah, I'm Jay Leno. You have to have like slack jaw when you do that. But no, but Dan was here. I don't know if he told you about some stupid radio stunt where the morning show guy opened up for Dan. So he was the last time Dan was here. I had lost a bet, and my bet was I had to do a tight 5.
oh, wow.
Opening up for somebody, and Dan was gracious enough.
I think you'd never done stand-up before?
Never before.
Interesting.
And he
He'd
was
never been funny before.
Yeah, it's true.
It's a whole new world for you.
It was a whole new world, and he.
But
was
I bet it was better than you thought because, like, there is something. You know, Jason Ellis. Who Jason Ellis is.
Yeah.
He's a
Yeah.
He was like a
tattoo guy.
Yeah. But he was like a huge
Skateboarder.
X Games guy, and like
Yeah.
skateboarding like pro. And then he's been broadcasting for years, and he just jumped in about a year and a half, 2 years ago to stand up. And he has to get better at it, and he's got ways to go. But like he's out of the gates. He was already better than a lot of people just from doing this. Like this I think this is very akin to stand-up comedy. It's immediate reaction.
And we
Thinking
do
on your
4 hours
toes.
a day, 5 days a week.
It's a lot.
So Dan was gracious enough to let me open a show, and so I was the middle of 3 or 4 people were on that night. He's like, you don't want to go first.
Yeah.
I went second. So we're backstage, and I'm sweating. I had like stomach cramps. I thought I was gonna have diarrhea. That whole thing. You know, before you go on stage, you get the bubble guts.
Sure.
So he's like, hey man, calm down. The chick before me bombed. I mean, bombed.
Really?
And he put his hand on my knee. He goes, oof. He
goes,
luck.
well, she sure set it up for you.
Good
now
luck.
go knock him down, bud.
And it was fine. I did good, and I retired immediately. I don't think I could put myself through that.
He went out Seinfeld style. I was like, I'm
on top.
I'm
My
leaving
daughter-
with the laugh.
My daughter did it once when she was 14, and it went well, and she never did it again.
Would you
Yeah,
want
man.
your
I wanna
daughter
know.
to? Would you want your daughter to walk in your footsteps?
If she wanted to, I never pushed her to do it, but she's a pretty naturally funny kid, so if she had but she doesn't really want to do it. You know what it is? It's funny seeing her mother start, after me and her mother broke up, when she was 12, my ex started doing stand-up comedy, and so my daughter would see with a person starting out in comedy is going through, and she was like she definitely thought it was awesome when she'd come see me, and forget even like my own shows. She'd come, but I was working all the clubs in New York.
Yeah.
So as she would get older, she would like come with me and see sellout crowds and packed and all the great comics and Dave
Like
Attell's on the
you
show.
worked up to that.
Yeah. But she was like, this is cool. And then her mom started, and she'd be at a bar with 3 other comics
Right.
and sitting there, and she's like, oh, this sucks.
That's reality.
Yeah, and she's like, wait, well, how long do you have to do this? And it's like, many years, probably.
Yeah, like
before
I
you
wouldn't
get-
want my kids getting into radio. Like I want better for them.
When you were talking about
Marry rich is
Sure.
what I said.
that is what he told us. He tells his daughter that every other week. When you were talking about like Ellis and different people, do you think a lot of those guys have like a window now or a ramp onto comedy because like the phase is not a phase, but like the opportunities there for storytellers, like good storytellers, is opening with touring comedy?
Sure, yeah. No, listen, it's all going to be like if you can put butts in seats and confidence, really, is what it all comes down to. And like Ellis has a following, so you kind of already come into it that way too, putting butts in seats. Almost the problem in comedy now is the thing. People from social media or whatever are putting butts in seats, and they've done comedy for 3 minutes. They're not really prepared for it.
and as I was introducing you guys, Jeremy Piven came on and did the intro.
Yeah.
I know people were giving Jeremy Piven a lot of crap for, oh, you think you're a movie star and you could just jump in and do comedy?
Can he?
I've worked with him, and he's a nice guy.
Yeah, he's a nice guy.
He's a really nice guy.
Well, a lot of people
Super nice guy.
Steve-O was catching a lot of hell when he first started touring, remember?
Yeah.
But again,
Steve-O, really.
Steve-O worked at it.
I'm friends
He
with
got good.
Steve-O. And
Yeah, we are
Steve-O,
too.
Yeah, Steve-O is a great example of that when he first came out. In fact, I would have given him, like, if I was friendlier with him at the time, I would have given him advice, because when he first started, when I first met him, he was going around doing like Steve-O and Friends. So he would host, and he would kind of bring up the other comics. But it was his audience completely, so they weren't like super fun shows to do necessarily, because everybody wants to get to Steve-O.
Yeah.
And he's just hosting it. So then he started headlining, probably too early, like too fast for what he was doing, for what his ability was yet. But he got through it, he figured it out. And now I think through the years he's developed into like, it's a great show.
Great, yeah.
But he knows what he's doing now. He tells great stories. He introduces the bit, and then it goes to like the video of like him doing the crazy stunt or whatever it is. And I think it was so entertaining.
Well, he talks a lot about when he first started, like other comics side-eyeing him, going, "Oh, look at this guy."
Of course, you're like, well, again, also a celebrity. Same thing Piven's going to get is you get a celebrity coming in, and the bitterness of a certain level of comedian, particularly, is going to be like, oh, well, of course they're headlining and they've done comedy for 2 months. Because they're a celebrity, and that sort of is what the business is.
Well, you know,
it's not really the fault of the comic ever.
It's like American Idol, you know, like musicians are giving American Idol artists, you know, crap going. Yeah. They didn't travel around in a van.
Good for them.
Well, they didn't have to travel around in a van.
Yeah.
The thing is about TikTok and Instagram is like we had a comic at a festival about 2 years ago, and she was just a contestant in the festival, and then a year later she pops on TikTok and she's a headliner for that same festival. You know, no quality changed in the stand-up whatsoever. The only thing that changed was her ability to sell. That was it. And her ability to sell is what launched her up. And that's what the business is. You got to be able to sell. If you can't sell, what the, you know, what
that's where I'm here to promote my OnlyFans.
Yep.
It's mostly just foot stuff.
No, I actually heard you and Dad talking about that on your last podcast.
What?
OnlyFans.
Oh, doing OnlyFans?
Yeah, yeah.
Only gams.
Would you be okay with your lady doing OnlyFans?
Depends on the revenue we're bringing in.
Yeah.
If it's a 6-figure income, absolutely.
You'd be okay with it?
Oh, yeah.
Now, if I met a girl who's currently doing OnlyFans and that was her world, yeah, I'd be fine with it. Like, I assume by that point I would already have accepted it. It's not that a jealousy thing so much as like my girlfriend now is like known also because of the radio show and everything. She's a personality that I'm like, it's more like I don't want John to see my girlfriend.
So what you're saying is she's bringing her own following.
But what if it was
she's selling her own tickets.
But what if it was just feet?
Just feet?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't care about that.
You wouldn't care about that?
No, but
I don't know. I don't know if I let my even if it was just feet. No,
I don't know if she's got household money changing feet.
Yeah. Hey,
I don't want to throw stones here. I love my girlfriend, but I don't know if
you said let. You said let her. If the possibility is there's going to be no letting. She's just going to rip the socks off and grab the Kodak
I would
bubble.
figure this would be something we would discuss.
Yeah. No, I mean, I wouldn't care personally, but I'd be like, really? They're doing your feet? All right. I'd have to really look at it and see it. He goes, you're just telling me it's feet, but it's something else, right? How do you get all these people?
Because there are guys that are into a lot of weird stuff.
Yeah, but I'm going to be thinking
the weirdest one to me.
I'm going to be thinking, what am I missing? You know, like, what have I been looking over? This is what people are purchasing?
Yeah, man, 23 is the year of feet, I'll tell you what.
I know, I've just been laying next to these.
Anybody here love feet? I mean,
no, I'm not a foot guy, but I mean, I'm
not turned off by feet, but I'm also not turned on.
Yeah, you don't zone in on them.
I don't care at all.
I've never seen a sexy foot.
Oh, wait, hang on. Let me take
this guy brags about his sexy feet a lot.
Yeah, good looking feet.
There are guys that are into women walking around with bare feet and getting them dirty. And
I always remember it was such a funny story from way back when I started comedy. One of my first friends was Kurt Metzger, another great comic, and his girlfriend at the time. They had a friend who was trans before it was in, and it was Jeff has now turned into Brooke, and Jeff Brooke and Kurt's girlfriend one day got hired to do a foot fetish video, and they just did this, and me and my girlfriend, who was a bit of a nitwit, went to their house one night, and she was telling us, yeah, I did this foot fetish. You want to see? It's so ridiculous. And they put the video in. And they're just showing their feet doing all this stuff. And at one point, they're showing a foot push a pedal. And, I mean, you know where this is going. My girlfriend just goes, oh, I mean, look, you could totally tell it's a man's foot. Like, of course, like, that's my foot, actually.
Hairy toes.
He goes, oh, Brooke, Jeff, come on. You could tell that's a man's foot. So that's my foot.
What was in the video? It's like wiggling toes or like
pumping a pedal,
stuff.
trying to break a balloon, from what I remember. Yeah.
Oh. Now, I mean, listen, you have a name for yourself. who knows? You could just start an OnlyFans page and try it out.
I have been asked for foot pics before.
Really?
For sure.
I never.
But like cold call, like somebody just sees them and like, yo, I got to get those on,
I don't even know.
Polaroid.
I don't think they've ever seen them. I was just
Like fans of the show?
But people just look at you and they just suspect you have like handsome feet.
No idea. They offered $300 to see my feet.
I've never had
Feet pics.
I've never had heavy attraction to a non-sexual part of the body.
Did you ask any questions about yourself after that? Like, what is it about my eyes that make people think my feet are that attractive?
I asked some questions, but it was like...
Were you in flip-flops?
No, I don't
This
do
is after you
flip-flops.
promoted your feet like
No,
crazy?
I don't think anybody had seen my feet or anything. I just got offered, and the question I asked myself was, well, how much are they worth?
Was this a woman or
No, it was
a
a guy. It was a guy. But, I mean, maybe it was for
I like
women.
what John's saying, though, the sizing you up and knowing somebody goes, I bet you got a really pink beehole.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind a picture of that. I don't know, something about your thing.
It's something about your eyes.
Yeah, he goes, I don't know what it is. Your voice, the timbre in your voice.
You've got a sparkle in your eye that tells me you've got no bunions.
Hey, speaking
I don't. I take care of my feet, that's for sure.
Interesting segue here. So speaking of that, somebody told us yesterday there are certain guys that won't wash their butts because they think in doing so is gay.
What?
It's
Washing
a real
your
thing.
butt?
It's a real thing.
That's a real thing.
So leaving it dirty is the way to protect yourself from gay sex?
Is this like a prison thing? 'Cause
No.
it seems like that was coined
It
in
does
prison.
sound like a prison
It was a
thing.
friend of ours, and I think they were dating somebody or something like that that said that and said like, you know, that's basically was
Ain't
alluding
no
to
man gonna touch my tuchus,
a
even
guy
if it's my
touching my
own
butt.
hand.
I would say I'm so concerned about being smelly and fat that I would do what a lot of people would describe as a gay act on myself every time I shower.
which is reasonable.
I couldn't believe it.
And I mean a real, like, I put the soap in my mouth and bite down.
Oh, I would have a bidet hole, dude.
Here we go, buddy.
Oh, dude, I got a bidet.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
that's where it's at.
we're a bidet show here.
There's
Everyone
nothing like
sings-
pressure
everyone sings
washing
the
that anal
praises.
cavity, man. There's nothing like it.
I don't know. I'm an analog guy. Call me crazy. I like to get up there with a couple of digis.
I'll tell you about
Oh, no, I like a whirlpool right in the middle, dude.
the entry level one it's called the Dude Wiper 1000. It just hooks up. It's really easy. You just got to have a screwdriver and just hook it up to your toilet.
It sounds like when the machines rise up, that's going to be the first one to take over your house.
Yeah, I am
The dude wiper.
Oh no, the bidet's come alive. And it's angry. It's feeling human emotion.
Anytime anybody is talking about my butthole and they have to bring a screwdriver into the mix, I'm going to get a little nervous.
Hey, it knows your weaknesses, that's for sure.
Yeah, everyone keeps saying to get a bidet. And for the longest time I had, in New York, my old apartment had, which I loved, like gas station toilet with the crank knob. But I mean, that, the suction on that thing, I mean, I think it sent my turd straight to hell, would be my best guess.
What do you mean with the crank knob?
It's
Like
so
a sweaty metal thing on it?
There's no tank. It's right into the wall.
Sucks.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
So you do that and go, what? It
yeah,
takes
I was like, I have a metal crank.
No,
in
this
mine.
is no. It's tankless. It goes
tankless.
right into the wall.
So because of that, I was never able to get a bidet when the bidets were hitting the bidet craze.
Yeah, we're in it now.
Of the early 2020s.
It was air fryers, and now it's bidets. Bidets are so hot right now, guys.
Well, first it was toilet paper. Let's not forget, okay? The toilet paper left, and bidet was an act of desperation.
But no, the wipe, the baby wipe, I'm still there. But
dude, ask a plumber about that.
But you can't flush those.
Everybody, I know. But they said, well, then don't put on the package that they dissolve like
They
regular
say they're
toilet paper.
flushable. They definitely.
Those are lies.
Yeah, well,
They can flush.
Some of them even have a picture of a plumber on the package.
He's giving you a thumbs up.
Yeah, he's saying it's all good. Stuff them in.
You know what? I'm thinking, I said in the next year or two, I'd like to buy a house, and I do feel like I'm going to have to go full bidet in a house. I'm not going to ruin my septic tank with that nonsense. But yeah, the bidet, I don't know why, like, I get it. I get what it does, but I don't believe in the aim, the pressure, or the result.
Oh, the aim's on you. It's all in the hover.
Getting started, it's got to be hard.
Dude, it's all in the hover.
It's variable. There's dials.
It's all in the hips, baby. It's all in the hips.
Dude,
And then
we're here to
someone
guide
says
you through
eventually
this
you'll know
process,
exactly where you have to go for. Like, you know where you have to line up your...
Next time you want to use a bidet, dude, I'll come in and hold your hand.
Yeah, you do a little dance like this. You kind of.
I'll come hold your hand, dude.
Hit the
We'll set the knobs together. We'll get the right adjustment.
Does it get, dare I say, in there?
It gets in there.
It does.
It depends on what
Depends on
pressure
if you can.
got.
Yeah, if you can relax.
Yeah.
A little
Oh,
bit.
I say crank it up to 10 and rip the knob off.
Oh yeah, you go all in.
I ordered one, and I remember it came, and I was like a kid on Christmas. I ran down, got it, got the tool set out, hooked it up, and sat down. I couldn't go.
Oh,
Yeah, it was
That thing.
3 days of
Got you nervous?
constipation.
That ain't gonna stop you.
the irony.
The squatty potty is the other thing.
I got
that's
one of those,
wonderful.
too.
I got
I know,
one
man.
of those. That's a game changer.
There's nothing better.
I can't
Dude, I'm
poop
all
without
set
it
up on
now.
my bathroom.
Really?
I got
Dude,
a squatty potty.
It
and all that
empties
stuff.
stuff out of your soul.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't make sense.
So many toilet accessories.
You're like, oh, this is how a bear poops. You know? You feel like a man, but also a little feminine
Yeah,
at
your
the same
knees
time.
are supposed to be up.
Yeah,
You know.
I
That's
know.
the
You're,
problem,
you're
though.
kissing your knees
I can't-
during poop.
All of my work prep is while I'm taking my morning dump, and I have to hold a laptop computer and a phone. I can't have my knees touching my ears while I'm doing that.
You're so busy you can't even take a break to go to the bathroom.
You're
No.
multitasking your
I let it
dookies?
come out the way it just wants to come out over time.
That's why you got to get stirrups.
like gravity do the job?
Yeah, I tried Squatty Potty a couple times. The whole process seems daunting also. You have to, like, sit over it and then bring your feet up on it. I don't know how
It
to-
can be a little dangerous. I teeter on mine sometimes and almost lose my balance because, yeah, you get up there and you do got to
your ankles are...
Wait, get up there. How are you guys doing it? I just sit down
Well, I
and
have
bring...
one that's like 10 feet high.
Man,
I'm
you
trying
guys
to think
got
of the-
step
I'm trying to
ladders
think
in
My
there?
legs are over my head.
You drop trow and then kind of take the little step and then
Yeah, you
sit.
got to bring them up. You know
Oh,
what I mean?
no,
there's
no.
one
It's
place
like
I would
stirrup
sit
kind of
first
teetering on.
and then put the feet up on the thing.
Yeah, I sit first and then put my feet up.
Now, see, I do that. I do the squat. I thought that's why they called it the squatty potties.
You stand on it first?
Yeah.
Well, at
I
least
thought that
with
was the
one
whole
foot.
thing.
Oh,
You're still getting in the same position.
Yeah, but it's the method. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's
I gotta
jumping.
check. I'd have to check the box on the weight limit of a Squatty Potty before I stand on it, and then the four legs just go...
They make reinforced steel ones.
He's doing hamstring
I go so
exercises
far
over
as
here.
to in hotel rooms, I'll flip over the little trash can and use that as a squatty potty.
Really?
Wow.
Just because
Called
without
improvising.
it,
I've
I'm
done
sitting
that
there with
too.
my legs all normal, and I'm like, man, I just gotta prop them up.
I've done that too. You get two trash cans, different height. You get different things. It's like
Find
you got to switch them halfway through.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah,
all new world.
I get a tall one when I box jump it like I'm a CrossFit. Broad jump. And then you got to balance like Daniel San on the on
It's
the
like
boat
American Ninja Warrior in the bathroom.
How are the shows going so far? How long are you on tour for?
We only did one. Here we only did one last night. It was great. So fun.
What about
Fun crowd.
what you touring?
Yeah, pretty much every weekend I've been going out since October. Right now, it's always funny to call it a tour. I guess it's like you're never not touring.
It's a tour.
I'm never home.
That's the name of the tour. Never not touring.
Never not touring. But it's
Because
been
you
going
fly
great.
home and then you
Yeah, I got to go home every Sunday till Thursday, and then I usually go back on the road again.
Man, I did see one of your shows that was the socially distant shows,
Yeah.
and somebody went and grabbed you on stage.
Oh yeah. By my ankles. Didn't see it coming.
This is a crazy story.
Yeah, there was a girl. It's actually gonna. I tell the story on my new special coming out, but there was in an abridged version. There was a girl who was just being a problem in the audience. The audience hated her. I was trying to engage. I always try to engage that person to make it like
Part of the show.
yeah, but also like to get them to like. I always think if
Tame
someone's
the beast.
if someone's not having a good time at the show, I always think it's because they're not like giving it the right. They're just like focusing on the wrong thing or being, having a bad attitude about it. And she was just horrible. Like going at she wouldn't stop it, even though I kept trying to bring her in.
Yeah.
And then I started just kind of going at her a little bit, but like funny. And then also every time I'd go at her, I'd be like, "Miss, don't you get? Like, I'm just like kidding. I don't know." And then I just got to a point where her brother was just walking to the stage. And I remember so funny because it was such a masculine moment for a second. The brother was walking to the stage, and I was like, let's see how we're going to shut this guy's shop down early. Am I going to hit him with the mic stand? Maybe
So was
kick
this
him in
the
the
point-
face? Because it's a high stage, and I'm like, he's coming to the stage. Or he's going to go around to the stairs. And no matter what, I'm kind of like, I have the higher ground. Like, I can just kind of push this guy. And probably really security is coming. And while I'm having in my third thought of how this could go, he just, I go, oh, I didn't plan for ankle yank off stool. And he almost
because Big
flattened me
Jay's sitting
out.
on a stool.
She's trying to see those feet.
It was the brother. It was the
Let me see them feet.
It was the brother that came and tried to yank you off.
So even worse, he wanted to see feet in a gay way.
He wanted to see your feet and wash your butt.
He saw the highlights in your hair, and he knew.
He knew it was up.
He knew.
Wait, so the gal, so he's distracting you because you're keeping an eye on him, and then the sister came up and grabbed you.
No. So the sister's causing all the problem.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And then when I'm going back and forth with her, security kind of walked over to her to almost be like, "Hey, it's time, miss. It's time, miss. You got to go." And while the security's all dealing with her, her brother very methodically and slowly is walking towards the stage. I had plenty of time, and I'm looking. I was thinking about this several situations here. I'm like, all right, maybe he's going to try to come up the stage, but I can just kind of push him back off of it because it's a high stage. He's not going to do it fast. Or whatever he's going to do. I just never pictured, I didn't even factor in that I'm close enough to the edge of the stage. He just grabbed my ankles and yanked me off.
Yoink.
What?
And I was
heck?
like, yeah, if I didn't get my second foot down, he would have,
Yikes.
I would have gone down and hurt myself bad, thank God.
But your buddy was waiting backstage.
Lewis jumped off the stage kind of behind me and like, yeah, our fans are great. Our fans pulled us off the guy. And they were like, "Don't get in trouble. We'll handle it."
Yeah,
like, yeah, fans. You guys rule.
Did they beat the hell out of him?
Yeah.
Well, they didn't give him a hug.
Yeah, they did pretty good. A lot of body too. Didn't leave him super bloody either. So when the cops came, it was more like, he was more like hurting than it looked.
I was like soap in a sock kind of thing.
Yeah.
Well, I like the fact that your fans are like, "Hey, we got this."
Yeah, that was cool because they were pulling us off. You almost have that moment where you're like, "No, let me at him. Like, we got him." And then they were like, "No. The cops are going to come. You're going to get in trouble. Like, we'll get it. We'll take it." And he's not going to remember who all of us are.
Dude, I was excited.
It's also like the Slim Shady performance though too. Like when you show up to one of my shows and the cops go, "Who did it?" Everyone just looks alike. Which one of these juggalos did this?
You didn't have to go to court or anything.
We have to
right?
link arms. We were supposed to. We just didn't. Once the novelty of the funny of it wore off, we just like, we actually have to go to a court. I'm like, nah, I don't care. That guy's life sucks, I'm sure.
And that was it in Philly?
Yeah, Royersford, Pennsylvania.
Yeah,
a little more rural PA.
I mean, that's
Punchy part of the country.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of your stomping ground.
Sure,
right?
yeah.
I saw.
No, we did fine there, but like, that guy who owns the club was so happy about it. That's what annoyed me about it. He was like, "Hey, that was great, huh? They got you some news and made people start coming to my club." Like, what? No. Like, I'm 45 years old. I don't want to get yanked off stage by my ankles, you lunatic.
It's like somebody being like, "Hey, well, Auschwitz is a nice tourist destination."
And now think of all the tourism dollar it brings in. Yeah. Sure, it was a bad thing at first, but think of all the tourism dollars.
I can't find the video, but the small market Pennsylvania seems to really make damn near every type of touring musician or touring comedian. There's always a story with a small market Pennsylvania.
Or Philly.
Yeah, it's the same people that got to go do the insurrection. Western Pennsylvania people.
No, there's video. Look at Ari Shaffir.
I know the video.
Yeah.
Look, Ari Shaffir had a video of it. It's pretty grainy. Who's the one that flies off the stage?
So it's me getting pulled at first, and then coming behind me is Louis J. Gomez.
What a great video.
Who's always willing to jump into it.
He said he was waiting. Like he kind of sensed something. His Jedi senses.
Yeah, but no one saw that. We all did. That's what I was saying before. It wasn't like my heart was pumping when the guy was walking up because I'm like, oh, wow, we're about to be in a thing. But like, all right, here we go. It is what it is. And then, yay. I'm like, no yanking.
Hey, before you guys take off, our dear buddy Scott over here, thinking about trying some stand-up, and he wants to try some jokes on you guys.
Sure.
These are just like one-liners. Mm-hmm. So I want you guys to be brutally honest.
Are you legit getting ready? You want to try stand-up?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I mean, I've done it once.
So these are one-liners. He's going to be like a one-liner comic. And
Okay.
he's been working on these jokes, and he does them every day. You know, some are hit, some are miss. But we got two pros.
What's the delivery? Deadpan?
No, it's fully
it's
animated.
Big energy.
Kind of like if Goofy tried to do stand-up comedy.
Exactly.
Max.
He's my inspiration.
So just, he's trying the writing thing. So try the jokes. Two major comedians in here.
Okay. Easy.
Two pros.
Give them hell, boys.
Traveling
He's
comics. Go ahead, Scott. Go ahead.
Wisconsin is the drunkest state in the U.S., which explains the new state slogan. If you lived here, your liver would probably be gray by now.
Okay, go ahead.
Experts say it takes a body 10 years to fully decompose. From what I could tell, Clint Eastwood is in year 8.
Not bad.
Yeah, yeah.
They're looking to leave.
Nope.
Come on, keep him here. Keep him here.
Right.
Keep him here.
Scuba divers off the coast of Victoria, Australia rescued a banjo shark caught on a metal post. And here's an interesting fact about the banjo shark. It's way more annoying than the guitar shark.
Yeah. I mean, they all make sense.
Okay.
Yeah, logically.
You are speaking.
Yeah. Fewer teenagers are interested in learning how to drive, mainly because fewer teenagers are interested in learning how to do anything.
Am I right?
Yeah. You should get an after joke thing where you do an elbow to the side or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, keep going.
Okay.
Keep going. Come on.
Getting a good night's sleep can extend a man's life expectancy by 5 years, and that's because the more a man sleep, the less he has to hear his wife nagging. See, I just got nervous.
It's just you're giving, you're delivering these like you're doing traffic on the ones. You're like, and pretty bad mashup over there on the.
Oh, there's
I know
the
it's
video, by the way.
difficult. It's difficult.
Dude, you weren't kidding. This guy grabs your ankles out of nowhere, and you look like you're pulled off of a ride.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks like a Six Flags ride that you weren't.
And that's his
prepared to
buddy,
go forward.
Lewis, running from behind.
That's like a shark.
You floated down a little bit.
Dude,
like,
you
there
really
was some.
did.
Well, because I tell you, that
It's like an
second
angel
foot.
underneath
It's so
you.
funny how fast it was when I remember the slow-mo thinking of when he was getting. I was like, if I knew if I don't plant my second foot down, what would have happened was I would have went like flat back, and my head would have like hit the stage
died.
coming. That's a
You
6 foot
could
high
have gotten
stage.
like really hurt there.
Dude, it happened.
too old for
in the
that.
second row.
So that's why when I landed on him, I was like, I'm alive. And I started like swinging violently because I was like, I have to kill this guy.
Take care of him, man.
But I really think I'm like, that's what I went through. I was like, man, this guy's trying to kill me.
Yeah.
Like that was wild.
I
And
wonder
those-
what his end game was. Like he was going to get you off the stool and then what?
Oh, he has no idea. He was out of his tree. And then I have to be magnanimous and like have him stop him from being doxxed because this dummy was going around. He has a card that he was giving out to every girl in the
that's right,
audience
I read that.
saying that he's an OnlyFans like manager.
Oh, that's a move.
I'll manage your OnlyFans career. So, and then so I had to go make a video being like, hey, don't like, because I'm like, I don't want
Ruin
to
this
happen to
guy's
his
life.
family or something. I'm like, he's an idiot.
Yeah, because your fans were like, here we go. We got a mission.
You're like, we'll show up at his house, but don't show up at his house.
Oh, and that's his fans too, man. They'll go out. Yeah.
Yeah, they'll go wild. So
All right, Scott, finish up.
All right, the Oscars will have a crisis team in place this year, and they will be ready for any last-minute emergencies like Tom Cruise needing an Apple box to reach a microphone.
Not bad, not bad.
Chelsea Handler.
I want to do like audio like nah.
If you want to buy any of these, by the way, they're for sale.
yeah.
It was how much? He goes, for you? I'll do it for $300 a joke.
Are they more or less than feet pics? That's my question.
Depends.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
feet.
depends on
It
whose
depends.
feet.
But here's a nice timely one. Chelsea Handler turns 48 tomorrow, and Chelsea's biggest fear is being nominated for a SAG award.
I like that.
Okay, all right.
And finally, Carrot Top turns 58 tomorrow. Ironically, for audiences that see him in Vegas, it's the closest they've ever come to a vegetable.
All right. Fat Vegas joke.
May the goo be with you.
All right.
Also with you.
Sorry to insult a redhead.
Stood your ground.
Yeah.
Hey, those were jokes, all right.
They were jokes.
Good attempts.
I see you got an Eagles hat on.
Yeah.
I saw you watch the game with BERT KREISCHER
Yeah.
and some of your buddies. Where were you guys?
Sitting?
No, where? Like, were you at the game?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you were.
Yeah, we
in?
went to the Super Bowl.
Oh,
yeah,
no kidding. Where were you sitting?
He got us good seats. The funniest thing about that was, Mark Normand and BERT KREISCHER and Shane, like Shane Gillis and Mark Normand work with BERT a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And they were there doing shows all week at an arena before I got there to join them. So I only did one of the shows at the arena with them. They did 3 before I got there. And, they're just both, all of them, 3 of them are a little more known than I am. I mean, BERT much more than the other 2 to a degree also. And so a couple times over the day, it was like a real like tail tuck where you had a lot of people were going like, Shane Gillis, Mark Normand, BERT KREISCHER, 3 of the best that ever did it. Hey, man, would you take a picture of us for it? And I would go, okay. And like, I would take the picture. But the funniest of those was we were sitting in our seats, and it was Shane was on the end, BERT, Mark Normand, and me. And this guy was walking up the steps at one point. He was like, no way, man. He's like, my 3 favorite comics. And it's like Shane, BERT, Mark, which, again, fine. Doesn't bother me. It's more funny than hurtful at all. And then the guy's like, man, you guys rule. And then he leaves, and he comes back, and he's got 3 Bud Lights, like clearly for those 3, and he's got his own Michelob Ultra. It's the only one's different, and he's holding it. It's his for sure. And he goes, ah, man, for the funniest dudes in the world. He gives them all their beer, and then he just looks at me that I'm with him, and he goes, and then he handed me his Michelob Ultra. He was like, oh, I guess I didn't realize your friend is here with you. And I gave him his Michelob Ultra. I took it.
You gave him those puppy dog eyes. He couldn't.
I took it. I was like, I'll take your beer, stupid.
I know you're involved in a Bert Kreischer roast.
Yeah.
Is Whitney coming?
It's coming out soon, yeah.
Oh, that's got to be good.
Yeah, I was watching the trailer for it, and it's on OnlyFans TV. I don't know
TV.
what that is.
So you are on OnlyFans, dude.
I did it.
You made it.
You did it.
I've done a couple things. I used to have a OnlyFans always, like, once a year, they get like a crisis of conscience that it's just your 22-year-old neighbor showing their buttholes constantly. That they're like, we should try to do something else and good. So I did like an interview show on there for a while and during quarantine. So they keep trying to branch out into something else. But the roast, I mean,
This
they're
looks
good.
funny.
They're good. Yeah, it was a wild time.
I think it comes out, is it next month?
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty soon.
Yeah, Bert Kreischer roast on OnlyFans TV.
It was fun. Bert was drunk.
It looks like it. And shirtless, as always. All right, Big Jay Oakerson, Helium Comedy Club tonight, 7:30 and 10 o'clock. Tomorrow, 7:30 and 10 o'clock. What else to plug, fellas?
Just at bigjcomedy.com for all my dates, and listen to the Bonfire, Faction Talk, Sirius XM 103, and Legion of Skanks and SDR show on the Gas Digital Network.
John?
I'll be headlining House of Comedy Phoenix March 30th through April 2nd. And, yeah, just working with him, with you in Louisville and then Rochester. And
and then my special, Dog Belly Live from Skankfest, is coming out April 5th.
Well, I appreciate you guys stopping by. Have some,
Thanks for having
some great
us.
shows this weekend. It's the Rizz Show. We'll take one final break. We'll come back and wrap her up.